Hello everyone, Auvbri here and welcome back to another video here on the channel. It's been so long since I've done a video here on the channel, but we're back here in The Sims 4 and it's been a very long time since I've done a speed build. But today we are rebuilding this house in Willow Creek. We built this way back on a live stream and I'm just showing you guys around what it looks like now. This is actually one of my favorite houses in Willow Creek. I really like the style, this kind of old school Victorian style, but still has this very American feel to it. But I wanted to, just fix it up because there is something about this house and some of the rooms that just don't make sense. So as I do with all of these rebuilds, The Sims 4 houses, we show you guys around a bit and I try to keep a lot of the furniture, a lot of the room layout placement as well, but I also want to give it my own flair. I can only use the game pack in which the world came in, so since Willow Creek is a world that came with the base game, I can only use base game stuff for this build. Oh, excuse me. And as you can see, we have, like, the thing that bothers me with this house is that there's so many different styles. Like, sometimes it's modern, sometimes it's weirdly old school, and then it's a mix of the two and it doesn't really go together. Also, like in this room, they throw in this weird green dresser, but then there's a blue curtain on the wall. It just, like, a lot of stuff doesn't make sense, and the room layout is also very weird, especially on the top here. So we're gonna fix that. The children's room is mostly gonna be the same, and again I do reuse a lot of the same furniture that's already in here. I just recolor them and reposition it a bit. And now we've jumped into the speed build. The first thing I wanted to do was to change the wall height because it was on the third wall height, and for the life of me I don't know why they use that, because let's be honest, it's not a good wall height. And the problem with that wall height also is that there's no real windows or doors for that wall height, so it kind of doesn't make a whole heck of a lot of sense to use it. The first thing I wanted to do was to add something to the front, because I knew from when I saw this the first time that I wanted to have another placement of the staircase inside leading to the upstairs. So I thought, okay, we need to make something different, but I still wanted to keep the overall structure and feel of the build intact. So we tried to, do something different here with the columns as well. Really just reuse them and kind of have them act the same as they did before. Also, I wanted to use another foundation type because the one that was there before, don't like it, don't love it, it's just not good. And also, seeing that this is only base game stuff, but we have a lot of new stuff we can actually use because they have added so much to the base game since the Sims 4 originally came out back in the day. So we have a lot of new stuff, new items, a lot of new things that we can do, but still there is just a lot of errors in the way that the Sims team build. I know they are not builders like we are here on YouTube, but it would just be nice if they could ask us for help sometimes, because for the life of me I don't know why they don't. That's why we're here. We want to build for the Sims 4. I can build under restrictions. We're not going to do that too much here other than the pack restrictions, but I wanted to still be able to use move objects to really get my vision through. So I wanted to keep the round balconies in the back here and the round deck areas because I honestly really like them. I also repositioned some of the windows because with the new floor plan that I'm gonna make upstairs, the window placement really didn't make a lot of sense. So I needed to change that. And yeah, you can see the house actually got a little bit bigger, but that's because, as I said before, I'm going to change the the placement of the staircase leading upstairs. Right now the staircase is way too big, guys. Like, it didn't look good, and I wanted to still have, you know, the original feel. So when you look at this build, you can kind of go, oh, okay, so that's the build. At least that is what I was going for. Also, I added, as you can see, this attachment to the front of the house. I wanted to add an attachment so you could kind of see that it was my house. And I decided to go with this brick instead because I thought, you know what, that fits really well in with the style. I also wanted to keep the light blue on the exterior as well, but only have it on the columns and on the wooden planking. What is that called? Kind of like wooden, I don't know what it's called, paneling? Yeah, wooden paneling maybe, on the wooden paneling columns as well. So I wanted to keep some of the light blue. Not a whole heck of a lot, because honestly I did not like it, but you guys on the live stream as well also said that, you know, we need to keep something from the original build. I also added a lot of stuff to the work on the outside, you know, with these, I'm not sure what they called in English honestly, but we added a lot of, you know, detailing to the exterior as well. Also lots of gardening stuff. I wanted to have, you know, the feel of this house. I wanted it to be grand because it is in the neighborhood. We have the goth house on the other side, which we're actually rebuilding right now on live streams. So if you want to get in on live stream, go and hit that notification bell down below. It is the best way for you to get in on live streams. They're very spontaneous, but they are happening frequently lately. It's not only The Sims, so if you want to see me play something else, that is the best way for you to do it. I have actually another YouTube channel that I'm thinking of starting up, where we can play other games besides The Sims, but that is another talk for another time. We're working on the deck area here, and I repositioned the doorway to the outside. I wanted to have another way to get out because the door before didn't really make sense with the placement. Also the backyard, mostly I kept it the same. We just fixed it up a little bit and added some stuff to make it look a bit more realistic looking. I added some more greeneries as well because I thought it needed it. And you know, for me, greenery and especially landscaping can really make or break a garden in The Sims 4 because it can quickly, at least for me, turn into a build that looks very fake and overworked, if that makes sense. So if you have a garden like we have here, you want it to look manicured, but you still want it to be somewhat, you know, taken care of. So it's that fine balance between manicured and untamed that we're trying to achieve. Going with the new floor plan here, I had to work around a lot with this because we also have the new attachment, which means we could actually have new placement for kitchens. The downstairs bathroom here, I actually deleted that entirely, and we're gonna make that into a little new bathroom on the other side here. This is gonna be the grand new dining room area, and the kitchen is gonna have a new placement as well. I'm gonna reuse a lot of the same kitchen items, and as you can see here, you're gonna see this throughout this whole build, especially in the inside here. I actually use a lot of the same furniture, a lot of the same stuff that they put in the build. I just recolor them so it actually fits more with what I was trying to do. Also, the staircase here is the same as before, it's just recolored into something different. And then you guys chose on the live stream, because I had the raw recordings of the live stream, you guys chose to actually keep with the blue color and maybe have that as a running thread throughout the build, and you know, maybe try to have it be somewhat more of the Victorian kind of like high-end style, so kind of a bit more grand, and what I was I would perceive as kind of like royal-ish. So that's what we tried to do here. Also, again, I moved a lot of the furniture around. I didn't really add a lot of stuff to the furniture. It was just all about recoloring a lot of stuff. I did want a fireplace because we did have the chimneys on top of the building. But you know, again, you can see here just a lot of recoloring stuff, moving stuff around, because the furniture that they actually use in here in the build from the old build was really good. Like, a lot of the styles actually fit together. The only problem is that the lack of taste, and I hate to say this because it sounds so like mean and douchey, but just the lack of taste with the different items, and throwing a green dresser in with a blue curtains in a room that is all brown and kind of like beigey. That's just not, no, that doesn't work. I'm sorry, but so that's why I love doing these rebuild The Sims 4, because then I can get my vision across and I can kind of see the builds as they intended them to be, and you know, put my own spin on it. We had this huge area in the front here, so in the entrance, and I asked you guys on the stream as well, I remember this, where like, what should we put here? And the majority voted for a grand piano, so that's what we did. We also before had like this little I believe it was maybe like an office area, like a weird office area type of thing. I changed it. Oh no, this is where the old dining room was. So the office area was in the middle, but we changed that around. So the office area is here now, a bit more to the side, and it makes a bit more sense for it to be right when you walk into the build, so you wouldn't actually have your, you know, your guests or whatever who would come over for a professional talk have to walk all throughout the whole house to get to the office. So I thought that was a very good placement. Also, the kitchen here, we use again a lot of the same stuff. I reused also the same wallpaper and flooring in here as before. I thought that was very clever. Also a good way to you know, refurbish all of the items and not really have to buy that much new stuff. I added another fridge to it because the old one was just horrible. And yeah, that's kind of it for the kitchen. I wanted to have this back wall with all of the china, and in the old kitchen there was this little seating area that I deleted, so I just replaced it with this one, which actually fit in a bit better. Going upstairs here with a whole new floor plan again, or almost whole new. So we still have 2 bedrooms and 1 children's room up here, and there's still 1 bathroom as it was before. I had to change the room floor plan a bit upstairs here to accommodate for the new staircase. But honestly, in my opinion, I do think that the new staircase actually adds a grander view to the house. So I think, at least for my taste, it makes it look a bit more grand, and it makes a bit more sense to have it this way than what it was before. So I wanted to have 1 guest room up here. And at this point I was like, okay, so this is turning too blue, so I needed to change it up a bit. So in the guest room here, which we're working on right now, I was just moving the items from one room, from the smaller room now, to the older room, or the bigger room. And I thought, okay, so we can kind of have a hint of blue in here, but let's make it white and beige with some green hints of colors and some pop of colors on the walls, and also maybe some paintings on the floor, because maybe the missus of the house is actually a painter and she really enjoys painting. Also, now that we have this huge deck area with the staircase, I also was like, okay, so what can we do with this? And this is when the idea of the lady of the house actually being a painter and trying to paint her way through life. She's a very very good painter, and in my story of The Sims, she is very successful at this as well. So that is how she makes a living. Her husband is like a really big, rich business guy, and he knows what he wants. So they kind of match each other. Again, here in the kids' room, I just added some stuff to the room to make it look a bit more nice, a bit more kid friendly. But other than that, I didn't actually delete any items from this kids room, which was located where the guest room was before. But that's what I really like about this type of build, like these rebuilds, the Sims 4 houses that I do. It's, for me, all about just, you know, trying to take the vision of EA and really work with it and try to see what they wanted to do, why they didn't do it this way. Like, see if you can bring their vision and your own style into the builds, and that's kind of what I like to do here. So yeah, I was just God, searching through these catalogs sometimes can just be the worst. Like, it's just, oh my god, it can take so long. It's horrible, but I love this little nook area here. I really think it turned out really great, and I think it looks like a proper painter's kind of like little painter's nook up here. The hallway into the master bedroom, nothing too special, just some chairs, like a little side table, and of course some greenery. And that's kind of it. I didn't want to over clutter the place either, because then you kind of lose the style of this house, which is not too much with the clutter. It's more like very, again, like the outside, a fine line between clutter and you know, minimalist. So it's kind of finding that balance. The master bedroom here. And now this is where I had to add some stuff, because before I did not like it the way that it was before. It was, for me, not good. But I was looking for paintings that had like this frame that would go with this kind of style that we were going for here. I also wanted to reuse a lot of the furniture from before, but also kind of add some stuff to it to make it look a bit better and really try to, you know, get my vision through. But let's jump into the screenshots. So here we have the build, guys. It is live on the gallery right now. If you want to get it, you can just search my origin ID, which is Auvbri, and you should be able to find every single thing that I have done. If you want to see what kind of mods and CC I have installed, follow the link to my Discord server, and there is a channel with all of my mods and CC installed in the game right now, so you can go follow that. That is also a good place. I usually post on there, and on YouTube you have to press the notification button if you want to get in on a live stream, but I usually try to post on Discord as well, you know, like 30 minutes before I start streaming. So that's also a good place to get notified about that. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this build. I'm really happy to be back here at YouTube. I've kind of missed it, so I also said this on the stream, but you know, I just woke up and I was like to my boyfriend, yeah, I miss doing YouTube, so I wanted to get back into it here, and I really hope you guys enjoy this video of this rebuild in The Sims 4. There are many more to come in other videos too, so yeah, go download it, tell me what you thought about it in the comment section down below, and there's nothing else for me to say other than have a truly fantastic day wherever you are in the world, and I hope to see you next time. Bye guys.